Welcome to the last edition of the Momentum Multiply Titan show for the season. We hope you're ready for more exciting cricket news, events and highlights. Without any further ado, let's check out the lineup for this episode. Coming up, Titans celebrate standout players at their annual awards. We look at the Sky Blues Trust initiative. And finally, we get the season's wrap from the Titans CEO. The Titans hosted their annual season awards at Emperor's Palace to celebrate the standout players and what has been a wonderful season for the Momentum Multiply Titans. The team finished top of the log at the end of the round-robin stage in 3 tournaments this year, played in 2 finals and won 1 trophy.
Today we're celebrating the Titans Women and Males Awards under one umbrella. It all started with contracting new players. And as you follow the Titans, we have seen the departure of the former senior players of Titans, the retiring of Chris Morris and all sorts. But what Mandla has managed to do is to bring in fresh breed of players into the fold. And what they have done together, those new breed, they've gelled into the Titans brand, the Titans way of doing things. And to reach 3 finals, win 1 trophy, for us, it is what we are proud of as the Titans. We always emphasize that winning a cup is part of the brand, winning a trophy at a season, competing is part of the culture.
The season started off a bit tough. Obviously, we went through a big transition period. We lost the likes of Chris. Someone that probably wasn't mentioned is someone like Henry Davids, who, sort of was a glue in our team. And obviously, with COVID and not that many games happening last season, it's easy to oversee someone like that, who was an integral part of us and an integral part of helping these youngsters. And I think I'm fairly young myself, but I've had to almost take up sort of senior role along with the Heinrich Klaas and the Tennis de Brain. A lot of the guys that are starting to find their games. Someone like Sibs, a breath of fresh air, someone that came in as a new guy that was asked and tasked to lead us in the 50-over campaign and was vice captain along the season. So to see how he's come through has been amazing. In terms of Mandla, it's been great from his point of view. To lead the team that he led to where we were was great. I think unfortunately in the T20s and 50 overs, he also was without a lot of key players due to national selection and all of those things. But to compete in those competitions with the youngsters that had to step up, from almost coming out of club cricket to being part of a big franchise and having to perform at a big stage, it just speaks volumes of how he has conducted the culture of our team. Like I say, it was a rough start for him. As a new head coach, and I think he's just grown into that position. So, hopefully next year we can just pull it through.
This season, the women's team was one of the main focal points for the Titans, and their primary goal was to demonstrate more gender equality and fairness. For the first time in Titans cricket history, the men's and women's awards were held jointly.
We're quite aware that women's cricket has been neglected for a while, and it is our push as Titans to make sure that we try to level the playing fields. We've got them the sponsor, and we're thankful to the Fidelity Group to come on board and put their brand on our women. Surely, slowly but surely, we'll try and level the playing fields between our male and female in terms of sponsorship, in terms of what we have been doing for the male. We'll also try to replicate on the women's side.
Being at the awards for the Titans ladies just shows the massive steps that has been taken by the union and by the whole brand as a whole in looking after the ladies and making sure that they feel included. And the ladies are definitely moving forward with this, and it shows that they are there and thereabouts, and they're in the professional setup. And this is definitely going to grow the professionalism of the women's game as a whole. And it's going to show each lady here that they are valued and that they need to keep working to make this brand even more of a success than it already is.
As a women's team, we've never had a sponsor before, so this is obviously new to us and quite overwhelming. Having said that, we are incredibly grateful, and it's really nice to know that people are backing us and putting money into us, and I hope that we can show that gratitude on the field when we play and come up with performances that do it justice.
Newcomer of the Year.
And the award goes to Aya. I feel really humbled to win this trophy because coming into a team is very difficult, especially in the professional world. Coming to a new environment is very difficult, and my philosophy is hard work. People know me for hard work, and I think that's why I got this trophy. From day one, I've been working hard, and till day last. And yeah, that's just me, and I'm really proud and happy to have this award.
Beautiful shot from Kamani, over point.
For me, the season was very fruitful because when I left Eastern Cape, I had a specific goal in mind, and my goal was to win trophies. And the fact that I was in 3 finals this year says a lot about the team that I'm playing for. And obviously winning 1 out of 3, would have loved to be 3 out of 3, but winning 1 out of 3, it means next year we can get 3 out of 3.
Women's T20 Player of the Year.
And the Women's T20 Player of the Year, special lovely lady.
I'm obviously very happy. I would, however, like to say just thank you to everybody who was involved behind the scenes. There's a lot of hard work that goes on. To my coach, Byron Fraser, to Ernie and our fitness trainer, Stacey. They really put in a lot of work with us. And then also just to my team for all the support. It's as much as it's an individual sport at times, at the end of the day we play as a unit, and when I score runs and when I do well, I do it for the team. So I'm so glad that I can contribute to the team's success.
As a head coach of this team, my whole squad, actually they're MVPs. But there's always that one person that just goes the extra mile. This person that I'm going to mention in a bit is somebody that I brought in 2 years ago. A little bit wet behind his ears, but he's grown to his own, and he's become a very important member of the squad. I would like to call up Sibonelo Makanya as an MVP.
Ever since I moved here, I've always felt a sense of responsibility to deliver and to deliver excellence every time I step onto the field. And that's what drives me every day. That's why I wake up early, hit balls, like they said. After training, I'm the guy hitting balls. And I do it just to be successful for this team and to put in performances for the boys and to win games for the union. I think it's a privilege and an honor for us to be in the position that we're in, to represent the Titans and to be playing cricket professionally. I think it's a blessing. There's a lot of people that wish to be in our shoes, and we get to do it every day.
Short, and that is 6. All the way over square leg, 50 of 30 deliveries. He's 11th of his career, 3rd of the season.
I think it was a great season. We dominated the first division throughout all 3 formats. And like you said, it was disappointing to fall short in 2 white ball finals. But in saying that, 2 finals and a 4-day trophy is a great season. It's a special season. And I think the scariest thing, or the most beautiful thing, is that it's only the beginning. So this is a beginning for us, and I do believe that there's greater things to come as a team. But yeah, the season has been special, man. We've grown so much as a unit. We had a tough season last year. We had a tough time in Namibia in the beginning of the season. And for us to, at the end of the season, to look back and sit with a 4-day trophy and 2 finals, I think we did well.
It's indeed a great honor to say a few words about the 3 great players. Chris Morris here only debuted for the Titans in 2015, but Chris Morris' strike rate for the Titans in 50 overs cricket is 203%. Thank you for what you've done for the Titans. And for me, you've got to inspire the new generation. Titans got a way of playing, we dominate, but tonight I want to honor the 3 players that gave us the reputation of Proteas in blue, that made us what we are today, made us a team that people fear and people also respect. And Chris, you're here now tonight, and I really want to thank you for your contribution.
It's quite emotional. When I had the mic there, I almost broke up a little bit. Yeah, look, it's very humbling. Like I said, it's a special thing to play for the Titans. It's the best franchise in the country. There's a reason why a lot of the Proteas are all Titans, because we're successful and we've got a good culture. And at the end of the day, apart from being really good cricketers, we've got unbelievably good people. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to be remembered for, as being a good person. So to be part of a franchise, to be part of a team that's done what they've done recently and in the past, and for me to be part of it, to be part of the furniture and be part of the history is a special feeling, and I'm just forever grateful.
Player of the season.
Right, and the Women's Titans Player of the Year award goes to Paulina Mashish.
Firstly, I dedicate this award to my late mother. This season has been very emotionally challenging and physically challenging, of course. I'm saying emotionally challenging because of the fact that I lost my mother and I had to come and carry on with life, and show off my potential.
I think with everything that's happened in Pauli's life in this last year and some of the challenges she's faced with her mom passing just before we went into the BSE, and for her to put in some massive performances through there to really show what she can do. And playing on behalf of someone else and for someone else, it's really, really shown how good she can be and how much of her character has shone through. And her character is something that we really cherish within our squad. And it's something that we hope to keep with us for a long time. And the only time I'm willing to let her go is when she moves up, when she deserves to move up to the emerging squads and the Protea squad in the future.
And now for the Player of the Year.
And the Weber Men's Titans Player of the Year award goes to Red.
Yeah, it came as a surprise to me, to be honest, because I only got to the team in January. I started playing again, and maybe I made a big impact. And for me, it's just about getting the standard back to the franchise, the standard that we need to play at. With the Titans, legacy comes with a certain standard of the way we need to play, and I've encouraged it. And I'm just glad that I stepped up to the plate and show the guys that what standard we need to play at to be successful. The start of the season was quite hard, and to come back and turn my season around, it means a lot to me. I showed myself what I actually can do and my standard of cricket that I need to play at and to be successful again.
It was such a thrill to be able to have the Titans family under one roof again, celebrating their achievements on and off the field. Until then, we wish the boys a tranquil rest and a quiet, chill time, and we want to see them readier than ever for the next cricket season.
It is truly an honor to be able to play a part in changing the lives of young South Africans through the Sky Blue Trust. Many children cannot afford to continue with their education and need a helping hand, and that is where the Sky Blue Trust comes in.
One of the biggest reasons for our youth aged between the ages of 18 to 24 not attending post-school educational institutions are because they didn't have the financial means to pay for tuition fees. We have a vast number of cricket players falling in this group, and that is why we decided to start the Sky Blues Trust.
The Sky Blues Trust is very dear to our heart here at Titans Cricket, and we always work very hard to see how we can make it more attractive, and we're looking for ways to ensure that it does reach its objectives.
We have various programs with a set criteria that are specifically designed for the benefit of our female cricketers, differently abled and under 11 to 13 players, where you can invest in. The trust will be used for educational purposes with a focus on 85% black recipients.
The bursary has changed my life in a positive way because it helps me to navigate through life. It makes me feel really good about myself because I think there's a bit of a difference that I'm making in other people's lives, especially the ones that comes from disadvantaged families where they think there's no hope.
The Sky Blue Trust has assisted 5 players from the senior women's team, and we've got a number of upcoming players who we offered bursaries, and through this initiative will get a chance to realize their true potential on the field and in the classroom.
I love that I have a family from home here with my team, and it is such a positive environment whereby there's good, healthy competition and you get to express yourself.
Development of cricket is a massive part of our responsibility as the custodians of the game. The Sky Blue Trust plays an integral part in assisting us at Titans Cricket to nurture the talent that we find in the previously disadvantaged areas. I urge you to play your part and support our communities by getting involved in the Sky Blue Trust.
It's time for a quick ad break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more exciting cricket news. Titan CEO Jacques Faul, coach Mandla Mashimzi, and team manager Karen Smithies recently sat down with us to wrap up the great season that the team has had. Mr. Faul spoke fondly of the team's sponsors and fans who all made the dream work.
It's so true that we're a franchise that needs to win trophies. Having a good season is just not good enough, so any head coach that coaches the Titans would be under that pressure. Mandla has done exceptionally well as an assistant coach. He was involved in winning 9 trophies, and that pressure would build with seasons not winning trophies. But we've always been competitive, and he's had a very, very good season this season.
Talking about settling as a coach, I don't think you'll ever get to a point where you settle as a coach. We're in a learning game, growing game, so I definitely have learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about coaching, and there's an element of me that has grown from that point of view. But I still think there's a long way to go for me to be in a place where I can say, you know what, I've got every basis covered now. I'm doing this and that right. I think there's always room for improvement.
Got a game on the hands. Flat, and he smashed this. That has gone over the roof.
The boys have really, really responded well in what we're trying to build. We were disjointed going into the T20s, the first T20s. Played some good cricket in Paarl, and then we started 2022 like our house on fire. To go to Bloom, dominate and win matches the way we did in Bloom gave the boys good confidence. Classy, I thought, was exceptional with the bat. Lizzie was exceptional with the ball. Obviously with his bowling unit supporting him, and also Classy with his batting unit supporting him as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't cross the line there in the final. Took that confidence and we realized, we're doing something right. And we've always felt that we were not far off. We just needed 1 or 2 things to click to really, really, really see our true potential as a team. And it so happened that we managed to actually have some good wins, in 2022, which kept us not too far from the leading teams. And then for us to come and do it in the way we did it here against the Lions was something to remember. Not for me as a coach, but I think for every player as well. And to win a 4-day trophy is probably one of the most prestigious trophies you can win. Also, we fell short in the final against the Lions again. But again, I think for this team, probably looking at it now from hindsight, we would have loved to win those trophies, but it also gave us a great platform to work from for next season.
Simon was tremendous in the Morday competition, 44 wickets. I think his contribution led to us winning the trophy. Aya has been exceptional in all formats of the game. I think Sips Makanya towards the end as a leader and as an explosive batter was very, very special for us. Simon Almer and Lazard Williams making their test debut as Titans. Simon's played before and doing so well. Very proud of him. That's the 2 things that we aim to do. We want to win trophies, but we also want to produce players for the Proteas.
For the first time time, the Titans have secured a sponsorship for the ladies cricket team to show their commitment to growing women's cricket and to demonstrate more gender equality and fairness.
I think women's cricket has been under the spotlight for the season. It was one of our focus areas. We did secure Fidelity as a sponsor. We're very thankful for that. But subsequent to that, we've secured other sponsors to the women's team. For the first time ever, we had the joint awards with the men's team. Recognition, I think, is given to women's team performance a bit better than it was in the past. But it also creates a bit of pressure for our women's team. They also got to win, they got to do well. But they've been champions up to now, so that will continue. We'll continue to look into how we can better support the women's team. Yeah, we've got 43 sponsors involved in the team in the stadium, which is, we're fortunate to have so many sponsors. But just the mainline sponsors, Momentum, Multiply again, Emperor's Palace, that's been brilliant. Baz, that came on board as a clothing sponsor. And then 2 new sponsors, which I'd like to mention. John Deere is the first one, and then of course Fidelity is the other one. And of course our media partners, we're thankful for them. Supersport's been unbelievable as a partner again. We're thankful for all the sponsors that's involved.
The level of consistency shown by the team, for me, goes beyond trophies. I think it does this team a lot of good, knowing that they can do certain things or win games consistently. It's good for their confidence. It's good for the morale of the team, and going into next season knowing that you can do that, it bodes well for the franchise, and one can only look forward to what's to come.
We're currently busy with contracts, so finalising all the contracts for the new season ahead. Full steam ahead with the clothing process, which will start looking at pre-season. Pre-season normally kicks in around the 1st of August, really, when most guys are back and in the full swing of things. So that's something we'll chat about with the coaches, the strength and conditioning coach, and obviously Mandler as the head coach, and what he wants to do for the pre-season. As you know, we enjoy our pre-seasons. For the last couple of years, we went to the Seychelles. Last year, obviously, the last couple of years, not been able to do that because of COVID. So I think this year we will do something really special for the guys, that we can get out from Supersport Park and go to a neutral venue and enjoy each other's company and prepare for the season.
It's clear that Jacques and his team are very happy with how things turned out, and we cannot wait to see what strategies they're cooking up for the next season. What a great season it's been, and we hope you've enjoyed all the highlights that we've brought you off the field. That's all we have for this month. See you next season.